Welcome back. My name is Charlie, and today I'm going to be talking about human design specifically for projectors and how we, as projectors, work with business, work with marketing. And this is a really exciting topic for me because it blends in a lot of my passions. It blends in business, it blends in finances, it blends in human design, transformation, alignment, and how we as projectors ultimately move from bitterness to success. So I've got three components, three levels to how we best as a projector work within a business or creating our own business, and how we market ourselves to the world so we do receive recognition, so we do receive those invitations rather than being disempowered and simply waiting. So a lot of projectors are ultimately very conditioned anyway. So grew up in a life surrounded by generators, manifesting generators. So a lot of projectors will have these insecurities, these core beliefs about themselves that are not serving them and are based in quite a lot of fear. And then they come across human design. It's like, oh, you just get to wait and you get to just wait. And this can be a relief for a lot of projectors. It's like, of course, I've been trying to do this. But then that can really drop them down further into disempowerment. Because if we're in fear originally, it can almost be a belief, a strengthening to that belief of like, oh, my fear is actually okay. Oh, I can really just not put myself out there at all, and everything will be totally fine because I'm a projector. And this can go on for some time, and really disempowerment can start setting in because it's like, oh, not much is happening. Not much is happening. What's going on? So a big thing for me is empowering projectors, because we are actually very powerful beings and we're here to share a lot with the world. And a lot of power is coming into the hands of projectors so we can guide society, guide consciousness in a way that innately comes through us, which is slightly more feminine. You know, the projector aura is a little bit more feminine. It is a little bit more receiving. But if we go overly feminine and we just wait and wait and wait, especially when that's blended in with our already conditioned fear, it can be extremely disempowering. So just before I go into those three ways of how, if you're looking to start a business, market yourself, put yourself out there, how best to do that, I do want to mention that I've got a 6-week online projector training called the Ultimate Projector Guide, Discover Your Success. Now, this is an online course. You'll be in a community. You'll be able to see recorded live sessions where I go quite deeply into how to decondition. And then there's also 6 weeks of the training that are hugely informative, full of wisdom, and ultimately will start to shift things within you as a projector. This training's less than $35 a week. I'll put the link below if you're interested in that. Then there's also a live coaching transformational journey, and this is the Projector Mastermind. And there's also a link to that below. This is in small groups with projectors where it's all about empowerment. It's empowerment, how to bring in the masculine energy of empowerment through specific structures if you want to create a business, if you want to find your purpose, if you want to get more in alignment. But also we'll be working with the nervous system, the subconscious mind, and really aligning you to your true purpose, highest calling, so you can start to move ultimately into deep levels of success. So that training is specifically for projectors, and it's specifically around embodiment and empowerment, success, and business. So if that interests you, the link will be below and you can check that out. Now, how do we as projectors go about starting a business, go about creating financial freedom, success for ourselves? How do we go about marketing ourselves when we're told to simply wait? Does that mean we need to wait for someone to write us a letter out of the blue being like, hey Charlie, I'd really love you to start marketing yourself and putting yourself out to the world. And then I'm like, oh, I come out of my house and I'm like, oh yes, now I can actually move out into the world. No, that would be totally disempowering and really just, there's no you in the equation. You're just totally victim to the external environment. And this is where the disempowerment comes. So how can we bring ourselves into the equation without forcing, pushing, burning ourselves out? And this is the ultimate question for projectors. So the first thing that I want to talk about is alignment. Now, this always starts with deconditioning, because we come into this world, a generator world, all these beliefs, fears are lumped onto us. We absorb them in as being a projector. Now, we can only find our truth and our alignment when we begin to decondition, when we begin to bring our awareness into this moment, into this body, and start to notice what patterns we have, what fear patterns we have, what negative beliefs we have, what trauma we have within our nervous system. So we can start to take those layers off and do a lot of transformational healing, a lot of emotional healing, physical health healing, getting in tune with our own consciousness and our own truth. This is always going to be the number one step, because if we're doing anything from a highly conditioned space, we're just going to bring more results and more events to further condition us, because that's what we're vibrating at. So we first need to start stripping this away. Now, the 6-week Ultimate Projector Guide is a fantastic way for you to begin to start to strip away these layers. Start to come more into alignment. And there's been many people who have fully gone from totally disconnected to really in alignment, and a lot of excitement in their life has started to emanate and open up for them. Invitations have come in, and this is what happens when you start to really align yourself. With alignment comes inner authority. So if you're a mental projector, you do not have an inner authority, but you still can be placing yourself in the correct environments. But there's 5 different types of projectors, and if you know what type you are, then get to know your inner authority or outer authority if you're a mental projector, and start to deeply notice that. For example, I'm a splenic projector, noticing my intuition and instincts, because this is going to ultimately pull me more into my alignment, because my intuition and instincts is my truth. So within this alignment piece, the inner authority is 100% crucial for you as a projector. For example, if you're an emotional projector, a lot of emotional projectors will go, oh, I'm an emotional projector. Yeah, I've got a lot of emotions. Yeah, okay, I'm just riding my wave out. But they're not actually doing the work, the emotional work, to come deeply into their emotional body. We are pure awareness. We can put that wherever we want. Most of it will go into the mind. If you're an emotional projector, you need to draw that into your emotional body in a really strong, powerful way. Because if you don't do that, if you're listening to your emotional wave, but you're in your head, you're not really listening to your emotional wave. So if you're an emotional projector, getting into your emotions is a must. So whatever projector you are, get into your inner authority and start to listen to that, because that's going to put you more and more in alignment with your truth. Then there is the element of play. If you're a projector and you don't have play in your life, you're not aligning yourself to the natural harmonious frequency of what it is to be a projector. We are here to play. When I play, invitations come. I'm aligning myself to that frequency of play, invitations come. If I'm not aligning myself to that frequency of play, invitations might not come for ages, because that is my authentic nature. I'm here to play as a projector. You're here to play as a projector. What's playful to you? For me, I've got a basketball court 1 minute away from me where I'm living right now. It's so fun, it's so playful for me to go, whether it's with someone or just by myself, and just run around the court, just have these like ambitious shots. And like if I get something in, my energy's like psh, and it's like alive. And if I miss, I'm like, that's just funny anyway. And I'm like dancing around, and it's really playful and fun. Now, if I'm talking with someone, I can just like go along and be like monotone and talking. Or I can be like, no, my essence is play. I'm going to bring myself into the equation here. What's playful in this moment? It could just be playing a game. Like we're talking, it's like scissors, paper, rock, scissors, paper, rock. Or sometimes in America, rock, paper, scissors. Apparently in New Zealand go paper, scissors, rock. Australia goes scissors, paper, rock. It's a worldwide game. Just throw that in there. Or it could like, I could just stand up and I could just like stand up, do a little stretch, do a little dance, move, and it's like a little bit playful, and then just sit down and the person's like, what was that? And I'm like, I don't know. It was just a bit of fun. Just there's always ways to bring the essence and frequency of play, and then you will align yourself as a projector. So that is an absolute must. And then from this place of alignment, when you've done these things, and that can take a little bit of time to really decondition, to really peel back some layers. But even if you just peel one layer, you're more in alignment. Even if you just bring a little bit of play, you're more in alignment. What's going to happen when you're in alignment, you're going to be very clear on what you like and what you don't like. You're going to start to know what skills to hone, what systems to master, because as projectors, if we are here, we are here to master a system, to hone some skill. So people are drawn to us and they invite us. Wow, Charlie, I see you're an expert in this. Can you support me in that? Whereas if I'm not honing my skill, if I'm not an expert in something, well, I may not be invited into anything specific. Now, I want to say there's no rush. Please don't rush this piece of, I'm 35 years old, I'm 45 years old, I still don't have my specific mastery on something. That's all right. Begin with step one. Start deconditioning, start peeling off the layers, start aligning yourself, start getting clear on, I'm really passionate about that. Let me just do half an hour of that every day. And you'll start to hone a skill, and it will take some time, but trust that process. Number 2, visibility. So, have you ever invited someone when you haven't known about that person? No, you only invite people when you know they're there to be invited. So you as a projector can only truly be invited to something if the person knows that you're there and that you're willing to be invited. So this is where visibility comes in, and this is where it could be having a shop front, it could be having an Instagram, a YouTube channel, a podcast, any type of social media presence. It could just be word of mouth, like maybe you've got line 4 and you love networking and talking to people, and you go to networking events and you just mention, this is what I do, and that might really work for you. But there needs to be some visibility. You need to be putting yourself out there while listening to your inner authority on where to go and what to do. And then people will actually have the opportunity to invite you. If you're staying at home, if you're not honing your skill, if you're not in alignment and you're waiting for some invitation, it's not coming. I really want to get that through. Projectors are here to be empowered. I want you to be empowered. I want you to be powerful. And that takes alignment of the mind, of the energetic system, of the emotional system, and then it takes action. And yes, we're going to listen to life. We're not forcing anything. We're listening to our inner authority, but it takes action. It takes putting yourself out there in some way and then listening to life. There's a real balance here that I really want to get across. It's that balance of masculine and feminine energy. And put yourself out there in a playful way, in a fun way. That is the essence of being a projector. If it's boring, if it's like, I have to do this and like I'm doing this for money, and you miss the alignment piece. It's about getting in alignment with play, with your passions, deconditioning, and then putting yourself out there from that place. And then thirdly, once there's alignment, once there's visibility and there's some action, and alignment is more feminine, it's more like detoxifying, coming into oneself, receiving truth, and then visibility is a little bit more masculine. It's like putting myself out there to be seen. For example, a YouTube channel in my case, or when I had a business back in Australia, There was Instagram with maybe 28,000 followers, and that was hugely visible to a lot of people. So visibility is really important. And then the third one is commitment. The projector energy is a little bit slower. It takes a little bit more time to like plant a seed and see the full tree ripen. A manifestor, yeah, they might be able to plant a seed and boom, and then they're away, and then they plant another seed, boom. Projector, it's like a slower process of, okay, I'm going to align myself, and then I'm going to put myself out there. I'm planting the seeds, and then I'm committing, and I'm committing to watering these seeds each and every day. Sometimes there'll be no invitations. Sometimes it's going to be like, oh my, like this is really challenging. All this stuff is going to come, and I can tell you that from experience. It's going to be challenging, but the rewards when the tree starts to burst through, when the fruit starts to ripen, is really, really magical. And it takes commitment. It takes some time. It takes a process for you to keep watering those seeds. But when you're in alignment, you're willing to commit. That's the thing. When you're out of alignment and things aren't working, of course you're not willing to commit. You shouldn't be willing to commit. It's not working. It's not healthy. It's not in alignment. But when there's alignment, yeah, there's going to be challenge, but you're going to know deep within, I'm aligned. I'm putting myself out there and I'm committed. And then we trust. And then we receive. So this is the profound process that I'm inviting you on, and just to start to look into your own life and see, okay, like how are these steps for me? Am I in alignment? Am I committed? Am I putting myself out there in some way? And if one of these is out, or for some multiple will be out, then it's an opportunity. And here's an invitation for you, is to start looking within and working through these steps that I've outlined in this video. Okay, I'm going to leave it there because there's quite a lot in there, even though this is just one video, but I did want to cover just some brief points, and hopefully that really helped. I'll put a link to my website for you to check out other offerings, and until next time, have an incredible journey. Find your alignment, put yourself out there while listening to life, and then commit. And this, for some people, might take a few weeks, and for others, it might take a few years. But it's just a process of you making sure that you're putting one step in front of another, and you're going in the right direction towards your success, towards your truth, rather than walking down dead-end roads every month, every year, over and over, walking in circles. So hopefully this video has inspired you to dive deeper into your own truth and your success. Okay, until next time, wishing you all the best. Bye for now.